Welcome back to Factful Finance, where we turn complex financial questions into actionable insights. Let's start with a question that many of us have probably wondered at some point. Should I use multiple bank accounts for better income management? Well, you're not alone in asking this. In fact, a lot of people think the answer lies in opening up several bank accounts to manage their finances. But here's the truth. It depends. Let's break it down to see if this strategy could work for you. First, a quick disclaimer. This video is for educational purposes only, and while we're talking about apps or services, this doesn't mean we're endorsing them. If you need personalized advice, it's always a great idea to consult with a financial professional. Now let's dive into the heart of this question. What happens when you use multiple bank accounts? The concept of using multiple bank accounts to better manage your income isn't new. Many people do this, and there are both benefits and potential drawbacks. Benefits? Well, using multiple accounts can help you segregate your finances. You can set up separate accounts for different purposes: savings, bills, emergency funds, and even fun spending. This setup can make it easier to track where your money's going and keep your finances organized. Imagine this. You've got a bills account that's just for utilities and subscriptions, a fun account for your weekly coffee splurges, and a savings account that's steadily growing for your future. Take Emma, for example. She decided to open two separate accounts, a primary checking account for daily spending and a second one solely dedicated to her emergency fund. The result? She became more disciplined with her spending, and her emergency fund grew faster than she expected. By the end of the year, she had saved $5,000 without even noticing it. This strategy helped her keep her spending in check while building a solid safety net. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. There are also some potential drawbacks to consider. Managing multiple accounts can become a headache if you're not on top of your tracking game. The last thing you want is to forget about a small balance in an old account and rack up unnecessary fees. Plus, some banks charge maintenance fees or require a minimum balance to avoid those fees. If you have several accounts, those fees can add up quickly. Now let's look at an example from Liam. Liam opened 3 different accounts, one for everyday use, one for vacation savings, and one for investments. Initially, it felt like a great way to save, but over time he noticed that he was paying maintenance fees on the secondary accounts, and juggling everything became overwhelming. Eventually, he simplified it by consolidating into one account with automated savings features that helped him achieve his goals without the stress. Is it worth the effort? The answer really depends on your personal financial goals and habits. If you're someone who struggles with budgeting and often finds yourself dipping into savings for non-essential purchases, then opening a few extra accounts could be a game changer. By categorizing your money, you're less likely to overspend in certain areas. However, if you're already disciplined and have a good sense of where your money is going, you might not need multiple accounts. In this case, focusing on smart budgeting tools, like apps that track your spending and savings goals, might be a more efficient way to manage your finances. Let's look at a more strategic approach. You can use a single account but open sub-accounts, or savings buckets, for different financial goals. Many modern banks and apps allow this feature, letting you separate your money without needing multiple physical accounts. For instance, Noah uses a financial app where he's able to create buckets within one account for different goals, like vacation, emergency fund, and house down payment. It's easier to manage and still gives him the structure of having separate pools of money. Actionable takeaways. So should you use multiple bank accounts? Here's a quick checklist. 1. Are you a spender or a saver? If you tend to spend more freely, multiple accounts may help you stay disciplined. 2. Can you keep track of your accounts? If managing several accounts seems too complex, simplify with one account and use digital features like sub-accounts or categories for budgeting. 3. Consider the fees. Make sure the bank accounts you open are free of excessive fees, or choose one that's designed for multiple savings goals without penalties. 4. Set clear financial goals. Whether you use one or several accounts, make sure you know why you're saving and how each account will serve your goals. Conclusion. In the end, Multiple bank accounts can be an effective tool for better income management, but only if used strategically. If you're disciplined and willing to track your finances, it can be a great way to organize your money. But if the complexity feels like a burden, consider using modern banking tools that help you achieve the same goal with less effort. So what do you think? Would opening multiple bank accounts help you manage your finances better, or are you sticking with your current system? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, why not subscribe so you don't miss out on more tips to boost your financial future? We think you'll find the next video on screen just as valuable to your financial journey. Educational purposes only. Apps and products mentioned are not endorsed. Consult a professional for advice tailored to your needs.